What is up, everybody? I have uploaded chapters 1 and chapter 2, and if you're watching this is a streak. This is the third day in a row. We're getting to chapter 3 now. Now, we're going to go a little bit faster, but a lot has obviously changed since the last time I made that video. Even though this video is uploaded on September 1st, there was a huge gap because what was just slowing me down was making thumbnails, and now I've kind of figured out my rhythm to make those. So there has been some changes that have occurred, and I'm probably going to mute this. Okay. So there has been some changes that has occurred since my last filming of that video. Notably, my boomerang is now max level. I still haven't gotten an epic boomerang so that I can upgrade it to the epic level. There's higher levels on all my gear. I have more money. And now talent-wise, these are my talents. This is where we're at. So, without further ado, let's jump into this. I don't think I need to hold your hand as much anymore, guys, because by now you should be getting a hang of it. Really, this is a skill-based game, so let's jump into this. Let me show you how to beat the abandoned dungeon. This is where it starts to really get harder. This is the first level where you're going to see that it is like some sort of battle royale kind of dungeon. So all of this is trash. So I guess I'll take the rear arrow because it's not going to create so much screen clutter. But yeah, so just a little bit about this stage. There's 5 waves per room. There's only 4 rooms. No. There is a room, 2 rooms, and a boss. So yeah, this stage goes by quite quickly, and especially with like how high my gear is, there shouldn't be any problems here. There's new enemy types. I believe, no, actually there is not. So, really quick, very simple. Clear up this trash. We got the golden skeletons, we got the spiders, we got the rock golems, we got the snakes, but they really don't even stand a chance. So yeah, you can see up in the top of the corner, you have 5 waves, and then you kill them all and you move on to the next room. So, I'm going to take Blaze so we can just get this done a little bit quicker. That's the skill I'm going for. You kill so many enemies in this room, you're going to level up twice. And that's just a par for the course for, I believe, the first 2 rooms. So the second one, headshot's not going to do too well for me because I'm already overpowered with my gear. So, and Death Nova, you already know about screen clutter. So we're going with attack speed boost. And then you have an angel in between. So that's how these rooms go by quite quickly. We're going to go with the boost since we're at full health. So you can see like how that's going to be. So we got bats, we got the little tornado skeletons. So you have like an angel intermixed between both rooms. So you have 1 wave of the 5 waves, and then you have 1 wave of the 5 waves, and in between that you have an angel. And then you have a boss. So that clears this up pretty quickly. So we're going to go with HP boost because I can probably one-shot the boss without taking any damage. I can trade away that HP for a skill. That's ideally what I think is going to happen. So you have this is a new boss. This is the boss bat. So really stay far away from him, and you'll be able to avoid his bullets because they always arc in a spiral. And so the further you are away from it, the more you can... I'm going to reject that. That's a terrible skill. Walk through walls. It's one of the worst. The further you're away, the more reaction time you have to avoid it. Pretty straightforward boss. Really, just distance is the key on that one. So we have our little Robin Hood skeletons, our Archer skeletons. Yep. Alright, we just cleared out this room. So what skill am I going to go with? I'll go with attack boost. Let's get this quicker. I've already told in previous videos how Ice Circle is not worth the pick. And we're not going to buy the armor scrolls because I'm using those gems for if I need to revive. and that will basically deplete me to nothing. We've leveled up twice, so I'm going to take diagonal arrows in this case. Holy Touch, Screen Clutter, Bolt. Helpful, but like with how much damage I'm doing and with diagonal arrows, it's probably going to be more beneficial for me to max out and eke the damage that way. Okay, now we're on the 8th room. Yep. So remember basilisks, they have a flame that goes through everything. So just keep your distance. You got the firebomb tossing skeletons. Constantly move, and you shouldn't have any problem with these guys. Remember the line of sight for the cacti, and you'll be able to avoid their tornado moves. Okay, multi-shot for sure. Full health, so we're going to take the HP boost. Okay, so this is the double giant piranha plant. Really focus on one so that you can knock out the other. We'll take the front arrow, we'll trade the HP. They always have a diagonal that's in the way, and there's always a crevice that you can sneak through. And if you stay towards the back of the room, when they do the volley that goes in all directions, you'll be able to see an opening. So it might look like, oh my goodness, there's just so many bolts on screen, how am I going to avoid this? But actually, if you just really stay back here, you'll have enough reaction time that you shouldn't be hit by any of them. Now, obviously, it's kind of hard for it to look challenging to me because they died very quickly. But really, if you stay back there, and that's what I used to do when my gear was at the level of level 3, so that it actually did take a while to kill them, I rarely got hit from them. Okay, so now we're in the second half of this dungeon. It's still the same enemies, nothing new. So just, with triple diagonal arrows, keeping it tight and close means I can knock these out pretty quickly. We have the super archers where their arrows bounce off the walls. You got snakes. Nothing that should be problematic here. Okay, we've leveled up. I'm going to go with Poisoned Touch because that's just a little bit of that extra DPS could help with eliminating a enemy quicker. Nothing new here. Just remember, never stay still too long and you shouldn't have too much of a problem. Took some damage there, but it's okay. Remember the tornado zigzag, so you don't want to be too close. So you want to be able to be far enough you can read the pattern of which zigzag direction they're going in so you can avoid it. We've leveled up again. I don't like Ricochet. It weakens the boomerang because it usually bounces off and then does less damage. And then doesn't really help when it comes back for the return double damage. And then bounce wall for the same thing because it doesn't really... Because it will hit the wall, so I'm going with HP boost. Because it will hit the wall to then keep going, it's hard for you to be able to get the return damage like this, which will then do double damage. So now we have double snakes. They're going to usually mimic each other's attacks. Every once in a while you might see them, one throw fireball and the other one's throwing bullets. But again, if you can master the first snake and understand their pattern from World 2, you shouldn't have too much of a problem here. I recommend that you focus on one snake so that you can kill one quicker for 2 reasons. And when they duplicate the bosses here, I'm not going to watch the ad because I don't want to edit here. I can watch the ad at another time to get the bonuses there. But if you do understand the pattern of the snakes, and with these duplicating bosses, it's just more the same, just with more volley. So by you being able to focus on one snake, or one giant piranha plant, for example, you'll be able to kill that snake faster, which will clear up the screen, so it'll make it easier, especially if you're low on health, so that you don't die. But also, when one of the bosses dies, it gives you some hearts so that you can recover a little bit so that you can definitely finish the rest of the fight strong. So we're in the second to last room before the final boss of this stage. So now we have the blue wannabe Dooku trees where they split in a clock direction, all of their bullets. And now we have the blue rock golems so that they, instead of shooting 3, they shoot 5 rocks. So summon one-eyed bat, that's a new skill. I don't think we've encountered it in my previous playthroughs. If there's nothing else, you can get it. But basically, it gives a chance to, when an enemy dies, to summon a laser bat like I have that lasts for about 5 seconds. I don't need the assistance. I'd rather just take the attack boost, and then Death Bomb, I've already recounted in earlier videos, is a waste, I believe. So, we're going to take Crit Master. We're at full health. Don't need any healing. This last room should be no problem. So again, use the cover to your advantage to avoid the tornadoes. Keep moving. Focus on your targets. And this shouldn't be too much of a problem for you. Remember that the red ones split into 2, and when they're in their red form, they're a little bit more aggressive. They'll try and get closer to you to run into you. They can be a real nuisance when you're in later levels. You will encounter them again because it's hard to hit them, and then they're running around and the boss is hitting you. Like there's a stage later on, Dungeon 7, which we'll get to, where that's exactly what happens. Okay, so I'm at max level. No reason to grab Smart. Already talked about how I'm not going to get Ricochet. We're going to get Freeze. So now we're on to the final boss. Take an HP boost. Sure, why not? There should be no reason why I die to this boss. So I think I might kill him too quickly for you to see his moves. So I'm going to explain kind of what he does, and then maybe you'll see a little bit of what he does. So he'll shoot out, he has 3 moves. One, he takes up the entire screen. He's very daunting looking, and if you run into him, you'll take damage. So you want to get close to him without getting too close. He'll shoot out a wave of lightning that covers the entire screen, and there will be a little gap, or like 2 gaps, where if you stand in there, you won't get hit. Otherwise, you get hit, you take about 1,000 damage or 800 damage. It depends on the scale of your health. Then the other move is he'll put little lightning symbols on the ground, kind of like that lightning source from stage 2, and it will just shoot out like little lightning bolts, and then they will like leave remnants of lightning little balls that just float around the screen, and so you have to avoid them twice as hard. And those are really basically his moves. I know it sounds like 2 moves, but because the lightning balls remain, it's kind of like they're 3. And I think that's it. Let's see. Let's encounter. So yeah, he's really cool looking, really daunting. See, that's the lightning move. You stay in between those lines, you'll have no problem. Okay, so he shoots out the lightning balls. My bad. And then he'll also just do 2 lightning moves like that, where that will put lightning on the ground. So there you go. I mean, if you're playing level 3 at the gear that you're supposed to be at, that it's going to take you a lot longer to kill the dragon than that. But again, my guy is maxed out on so high of a level, and I'm just stuck on Dungeon 7 because it's a boss rush mode, and every move has to be perfect. And I just can't nail it. So yeah, that concludes this one. I will see you guys tomorrow for World 4. Remember to subscribe, like the video, hit the notification bell, share this video with your friends if they're playing Archero and they want to have a better luck at the game. So thank you so much. Remember, I'm Gazda, and I hope that this helps you guys become better players at Archero so that you can be in that 77% of players who beat this level. Take care.